Sure she did. Is it on? Yeah, there we go.
Just wait for you. Okay, there you go.
Good evening, everybody. Our chairman hasn't shown up tonight. We're not sure where he is, so I get to take over. That leaves only 4 people on the board, unfortunately, so you'll need a full house for approvals tonight. If for some reason, and I guess there's only one hearing, actually,
Yep.
but if that was a potential problem with a petitioner, then feel free to let us know. But otherwise, I'll go ahead and call the one petition, which is petition number 4845, Kevin Pessinen, which is for property at 44 Captain Crocker Road. Do I need to read it all in? No. Right? There we go. Okay, so petitioner, you're here. If you'd introduce yourself and just give us a rundown on what you're planning to do.
Kevin Pachinin. I'm trying to put a shed, roughly 12 by 30, on my property for storage. Lawn storage, pool storage in conjunction. I'm trying to put an in-ground pool. So I'm in the process of that as well. So just everything that goes along with that. We do have a big lot. We have a lot of lawn stuff, ride-along mower, stuff like that. That's basically it.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, questions?
So you're not, the petition is not involved in the pool, it's just a shed, is that correct?
I believe the pool meets as of right
Right.
for all the
The
setbacks.
shed is awfully big.
Yes, it's
It's
just,
the size of the pool.
it is the size of the pool. It's symmetrical with the pool. That being for some hardscape and stuff, to keeping the line square. That could be my own OCD.
Could you say that again?
For the concrete work around the pool, I'm just trying to keep the lines square and straight and even to keep the lot symmetrical.
That may make you happy, but it is awfully big.
Okay.
And that's what we, have you ever considered making it smaller so that it would be,
Well,
I mean, that's a big shed,
yeah,
huge.
yeah.
We have some garages in that. Have you given any thought to making it smaller?
I really haven't.
Would you give some thought to making it smaller?
Sure. I mean, if I thought it was smaller, I probably wouldn't be here.
Well, I mean, I understand that you want to have it that large, but that's not really, in my mind, as a member of the board, I don't think that's justification for us
Okay. I'm open for suggestions.
granting the
Yeah.
relief. If there was something there, if there were a tree or something there that would inhibit you from even having a shed, that would be a different story. But just
Sure.
because you want it that big, that's awfully big. And if you could consider something smaller, that would certainly make it more agreeable to your neighbors and to me,
Sure.
certainly.
Do you have a size in mind that would...
You tell me what you could live with. I mean, I would go with no shed, because I'm not a shed person, but that's just my personal, that's my OCD.
Right.
What could you,
If I can intercede on
Right.
Susan here, you're allowed a outbuilding, I believe it's something, feel free to correct me, I don't know if it's 100, 120 feet, something like that, 10 by 12 without
Without zone.
need for relief. That would also have to be, I believe, 6 feet from a line.
Okay.
So in other words, if the shed was about half the size of what you've got planned and was 1 more foot away from the lot line, you wouldn't even need to be here.
Okay.
So just for your information. But
Okay.
Sue?
that's it. I mean, you've answered my question. So if you could live with that, that would certainly be,
What
make
was that size again?
10 by
Percentage of the
12.
lot?
is-
120 square feet.
I think it's
120
10 by
square feet.
12.
10 by 12 is what you're allowed by right, almost, and then just pull it a foot away from the fence,
Okay.
if you have to have one at all.
Yeah.
And I assume you do.
I'd have to see where that would lay out on the plot plan.
With the pool, you'll have to have the
Everything's-
fence and so forth. And
We're trying to respect, safety from the house, to the pool to the shed, so it's not a dangerous situation.
I wouldn't, I don't
Yeah.
think, in fact, I think the larger the shed, the more dangerous it is, but
Yeah.
anyway,
Right.
I'm done. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Tom?
Yes, thank you. I didn't know if there was anybody in the audience who'd like to speak. Maybe I can reserve my time if there's...
Yeah, it's your position to ask questions now if you want, and then
Yeah, I'll
we'll come
wait.
back to you. But,
Yeah, I'll
okay.
wait. Thank you.
Tom, did you have anything else? We'll do that first, and then we'll go to the other.
Yeah, my first question is, you're asking for relief under 104 3.2. Is there an existing shed on the property?
There is not.
Then the idea of change, extension, or alteration doesn't apply. Am I correct?
You are.
So the only other provision that you're asking for relief is under 203.5, which is for setback, which has already been pointed out that you're 1 foot short of the requirement of a minimum of 6 feet.
But that would apply only to a smaller building as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the size of this building also brings it into the need for the special permit.
Yeah. So I do agree with the first comment that this is an awful big shed. What are you planning to store in there?
I'll have pool stuff, umbrellas, chairs, floats, pump equipment, all the stuff that goes along with the pool. I'd like to pretty much keep it out of the elements as much as I could.
That's understandable,
Yeah.
but this is 3 times larger than what's allowed under normal circumstances.
Okay. On a 14,000 square foot lot, I mean, is it really obnoxious?
Well, whether it's obnoxious or not, it exceeds what would be allowed under normal circumstances.
Yeah.
There's no garage.
That's all for now.
All right. Do we have anybody in the audience who would like to speak in favor of the petition? Or anybody who would like to speak is opposed to the, oh, actually, I had a few questions, so let me get to that first. The diagram here, does this have a flat roof? Or,
It's not. This is an actual architect rendering, if you'd like to look at it.
yeah, if you'd bring that forward, that would be great if we could see that. So it appears to have a fairly short sloped hip roof. Yeah. Anybody want to see this?
I'm all set. Want to see it, Tom?
Yeah.
Right, that's an exhibit now.
Yes, okay, we'll need it as an exhibit somehow or another. If we can keep it, that would be great. Yep.
Exhibit A.
Thank you.
It's a 5-0.
Okay, so I'll go again to the public. There was nobody wanting to speak in favor. Anybody who wants to speak opposed to the petition, just please come to the mic and give your name and your comments.
Charles Tremontis, I'm the letter at 50 Captain Crocker.
Okay, is that on?
There should be, because the rest of them
Okay,
are.
all right.
It's not loud.
All right.
There you go.
So, okay, now it is
Here we go.
close. For scale, this room is 30 feet wide.
Right.
And what I had said to Kevin, my brother and sister both have in-ground pools, and they have a heater, they have a filter, they have an electrical panel, they have a changing room, and they have a place to store the pool equipment. And theirs is 10 by 12.
Right.
So I originally said that would also help the egress in the back. Instead of 12 feet, you're adding an extra 2, and then a little bit on my side as well. But he was saying he wanted the same scale as the pool, but
Right.
most people, it's a little bit smaller. So that was only my suggestion for fire egress. It'd be less from the back fence, and it's more of a normal size, I think, cabana to a pool.
Right.
Okay. So,
My only suggestion.
your location to the
I'm right
locus?
next door.
Right
So
next
I'm
door.
on the
Okay.
side
Facing the house to the right or left?
to the right.
Okay, so you're fairly close to the structure? Yeah, yep.
You're next to Captain Noyes Road?
Yes.
Yeah.
On the-
Right. Yeah, I see.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it's going to fight the pool someday. But I just agree that the structure's
big.
kind of big.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to have any comments? Okay. And I'll close the hearing to the public and take comments from the board members. Sue?
Well, I guess in terms of voting, the petitioner should know that with 4 members, it has to be a unanimous vote, isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Because I don't intend to vote for it, so I don't know whether, does he have the opportunity to withdraw at this point, or can he amend it, or how do we proceed at this point? What would be the easiest for the petitioner as well as?
Well, I guess, again, if you wanted to bring it down to a size where you don't need any relief, then you're home free. If you want anything above the apparently 10 by 12 and not at least 6 feet from the lot line, you will need relief. If you wanted at this point, I think, to ask for something smaller than that as an option, or if you want to withdraw your petition.
Is this an answer that needs to be given right now? I have a boss I have to answer to.
Right.
Give away?
We all have those.
Boss I have to answer to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Continue it if you want.
We could continue.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to say now, if I had...
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you very much. I understand what you're doing, trying to keep the lines square and everything is nice. There's other ways, in my mind. Your patio could, because I'm sure you're going to have something between the pool and the shed. You're going to have something, not just walk on grass, so you can set your lines up like that. And the reason why we have this book right here is because all the citizens in Yarmouth have made the bylaws.
Yes.
And one of the bylaws, well, all the bylaws were in conjunction with their wishes. And their wishes were a 6-foot setback and 120 maximum square foot shed. So, we can only enforce the bylaws that we have, and the reason why we're here is because sometimes there's special circumstances. But if you start, this is a very busy neighborhood, so in order for us to even maybe think about granting this, then everyone else is going to come here.
Of course.
And they're going to want the same thing. And they have pools in their yard, and they've managed to make it work with the 120 square foot. So I understand you have to go back and talk to your missus. It's just not a good precedent for us to do that, because it's just going to snowball, and it's not what these people, not us, but the people of Yarmouth have considered what their rules are. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Yes, and I would echo the idea that I would not be in favor of the proposal as it is, but I might suggest that you have two options: either withdraw and reconfigure your proposal, or in the alternate, we could approve a 10 by 12, so that you'd have some structure on the site. But I think that was the only kind of condition that I would look to favorably.
And 6 feet, and move it into...
Yeah, and the proper setback.
Well, in that case, I don't think we even need to approve it.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Right.
meets zoning, yeah.
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 Okay. Now, this is something I would have to redo the plot plan as well and all this stuff again?
If you want to have something in between, in other words, something smaller, maybe push it
If
back
I
a
was to
foot
go
and make
10 by
it maybe
12?
bigger than 10 by 12, but smaller than what you're planning, then that's something
Yeah.
you'd come back to us again for, but you'd have a much better chance, I'm sure,
Okay.
of getting that relief. If you're doing 10 by 12 and putting it 6 feet from the line, just have a good time.
Just a
Yeah,
building permit?
Yeah.
Okay.
A building permit still for the, yeah.
Yeah, gotta have a
Just a
permit.
building permit, nothing from us.
Okay.
So you might, under those circumstances, look to withdraw without prejudice and,
Right.
and
Yes, I'll go that route. Try to put my foot down.
do I have a motion for
Yeah, so moved, Mr. Chairman. I'll make a motion.
doing that right?
And second,
Yeah.
Start over again, come back to us.
if he needs relief.
Yeah, if you're looking for,
If I go larger than 10 by 12.
Right.
120
Yeah.
square.
If you do 10 by 12, you're fine. If
Okay.
you do anything larger than 10 by 12, you do have to come back.
Okay.
anything that still requires relief, you'll still have to draw up plans, come back before us and ask
So
for
that's next
for
month's
relief.
docket and
And
the same thing.
If
one,
you do larger than 10 by 12.
Yeah.
and one
6 feet
other
away.
side comment. You've had a very elaborate design prepared for you for the size of the structure, and a 10 by 12 is a commercially available shed.
Yeah.
You can be brought to the site and boom, you're done.
Yeah.
So you have other choices.
Okay.
And you may be able to, you may be able to put a similar structure on the other side, as long as you maintain your 20-foot rear setback and so forth, then you might be able to, fit it somewhere else that's not so close to the
Right.
line, so.
Okay.
All right, so I had that motion from,
Yep, yep.
And I second.
and second, Tom and Tom for motion and second to allow the petitioner to withdraw without prejudice. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That carries unanimously. And so I
right.
think you know what'll work for you,
Yeah.
okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, and thank,
We have meeting minutes, Mr. Chair.
I thank the audience for being here. We have some minutes we'll discuss now. Oh, we do have the...
Oh, right, yeah,
Yeah. The co-
right, discussion letter, yes.
All right, I'm sorry, we do have one other
4729.
thing to deal with, which is a letter from Sean Mahoney, SAI Communications, regarding decision 4729, condition number 12. And I'll go ahead and read the note we have from that relevant to this, which was addressed to Chairman DeYoung. Pursuant to condition 12 of the special permit petition number 4729, there was a requirement that petitioner Cellco Partnership doing business as Verizon Wireless return for a one-year review to assure compliance with the conditions and maintenance of the new landscaping plantings. Due to several factors, construction of the site did not begin until November 2019 and continues as of this time. The proposed new plantings have not occurred to date due to the construction start outside of the growing season. The intent is to make the plantings and complete any remaining items of construction by spring 2020. I would be happy to meet with the board as required as earliest convenience, or if it is elected to wait until such time as the plantings and landscaping improvements have occurred. Okay. Do you have anything to add to that?
Good evening. That is kind of the gist of it. We had some factors, internal type factors that delayed us starting, involving the landowner and other tenants, and we just had to resolve issues. So we couldn't start building, unfortunately, until late in the season. As of right now, the intent is that the plantings will occur in late April, is what my construction manager told me, which I think should make it plausible for the plants to take. I'd be happy to come back and just say in June if you want to do an early post-planting review, and then if need be, a year from that date to make sure the plantings have taken. I'd certainly be amenable to that. It's unfortunately, I think we all hoped it would have been done by this time last year. It just didn't happen, so.
Well, we definitely know the landowner there is a little slow and, yeah.
It wasn't him necessarily. It was a series of issues that kind of
Right.
caused us headaches.
Now, is the antenna functionable now?
Mid-April. I had to check myself
Mid-April.
on the way here, because as I came down Route 28, I noticed the signal still dropped, even though it looks pretty close to
Right.
complete.
Yeah.
They're doing their integration, I believe is what they call it, to make sure it fits in the network.
Is the flag going up on Independence Day? Oh, just kidding.
Yeah. We lucked out that we didn't have to deal with the flag and the lighting and the whole
Right.
flag code, so
Right, yeah,
we didn't have to deal with
I
that.
was just kidding.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? If so, I would be happy to entertain a motion, I guess, maybe to have them come back again in June or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I make a
Confirm that
motion
the
that,
work has been done and so forth.
We'll make a motion that 4729 come back to the board in early summer.
Okay.
And after that, we'll have a one-year review.
Yep.
Go from there.
I would second that.
Yeah, I guess we want a date. Sandy, what do we have for potential dates in June enough time? Would you rather have July?
No, June should be plenty of time.
June is June 11th. These are always Thursday, or June 25th.
June 11th should work.
Okay, so let's ask for that extension to be till June 11th.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would second the motion and just add the comment that from what I see at the site, so far, the
Is the fence up yet?
the petitioner has been operating in good faith, even though it's been a little bit delayed. So on that basis, yes, second it.
All right, so we have a motion to extend the, I don't know what I want to call it, the requirement, or coming back to us to show the condition number 12 of the special permit number 4729 will be completed, and that will be done now on June 11th. And I have a motion that's been made and seconded by the Toms. And any other discussion on that? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
sir.
much. Have a good night.
Thank you.
I would have one additional question, which is outside the petition. That cell tower is going to cover a good area, and what about some of the other smaller installations that have been put in within the town?
I'm not sure which ones you're referring to. I know that we did the church, Old Main Street, that's on air.
That's been done?
Yeah, I believe that. 90% sure that's on air, and it's been on air for a couple of months now, so at least from here to the...
There was a backup generator that was planned for that.
Yep.
And I've been by the site, and I haven't seen that backup generator. Where is it located?
A large fence, it's behind the large fence. If you're facing the church, it's to the left towards the rear.
Yeah, I had called attention to the fact that the generator had to be a minimum of 5 feet from any building. And I've seen that fenced area, and that's within 5 feet, not outside 5 feet.
Without seeing it myself, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. All right. Just an aside. Thank you for the info.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes in bulk.
Okay. I have a motion made to accept all the minutes, which are, what we got, 13th?
Yep.
I'm sorry, January 23rd, February 13th? Just those two, right?
Yep.
Yep. All right. Do I have a second on the motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Everybody happy with them? Sandy did her perfect job as usual on those. And if not, all those in favor of accepting the minutes as written, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Carries unanimously. Thank you.
And make a motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
Motion adjourned, seconded by Sue. Thank you all. Quick and easy tonight.